The air, water, earth, and sun awes us. The forces of nature can provide 1,000 times more energy than we need. You are awesome. You and me and all Earth kind are the fifth element. Technology is now harnessing nature's awesome power for electricity, heat, and transportation. And the best news is the clean energy transition can save us money and create a more prosperous, just, and sustainable civilization today. Get ready to go clean and save green.
Here we go again. Welcome to the Awesome Earthkind podcast. Please, if you would, let folks know who you are, what do you do, where do you live?
I'm so sorry. As soon as I click record on the phone, my headphones switched. Just a second.
Sure.
I could not hear anything you said. Okay.
Here we go again. Welcome to the Awesome Earthkind podcast. If you would, please let folks know who you are, where do you live, and what kind of work do you do?
Hi, my name is Anastasia. I'm originally from Russia. I'm a Russian immigrant. I based in Indiana, and I'm currently in California, trying to escape the cold weather. And I'm the founder and the owner of Modern Blaze. It's the website, it's an online store that sells ventless fireplaces. I founded that website back in 2014, basically out of a personal struggle. I couldn't find a fireplace for my house. And that's how the idea came to life. And now the store has been around for 6 years. We serve thousands of customers and just continued growing.
Fantastic. And we ask folks if they have a quantum quote, a quote that they especially believe helps change people's concepts and consciousness. Do you have one that you'd like to share?
I don't think it will change anybody's consciousness, but this is basically my life motto. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. I really love that quote. And a lot of the things we do at Modern Blaze and a lot of things that I do in my personal life just kind of is guided by that quote by Leonardo da Vinci. Yep. You don't have to overcomplicate things.
Beautiful quote. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Okay, so why? Why did you go into this? I guess you just said because you couldn't find yourself a ventless fireplace. Is that what it was?
Yeah. So the first house we purchased with my husband in 2013, it was a fixer-upper. It was a foreclosure fixer-upper built in 1900. It was a lot of work. So there was no chimney or a flue or anything like that. And we were on the budget. It was a starter home. And it was, the first home we built. We wanted to remodel it and make it just the way we dream. It was our first little dream home. And we wanted a fireplace, or I wanted a fireplace, to be honest. And I didn't know if it was even possible and how to make it happen. And luckily, the contractor that did the work on the house told me that, there are fireplaces that are ventless, and it is possible to have a fireplace in the house without a chimney. And my mind was blown. I was like, what? Okay, well, we can make it happen. And so my search began. But it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy to find. Information was really vague. And we lived in a small town in rural Indiana. Like the nearest fireplace store was about an hour away. We came there. The selection, it was like a very small store. Selection was like super limited. And the salesperson was kind of pushy, didn't give me much information. And basically we settled on gas fireplace. That was like not really what we wanted. It was ventless gas, not the super safe option at the time. It was okay. And we passed the building codes and everything. But would I do it again now, knowing what I know? No. So that was our journey. It was kind of hard. We did get our fireplace, but like I said, it's like I thought to myself, like it should not be this hard. And yeah, that's how we got an idea to build a fireplace store with many, many options of ventless fireplaces specifically.
So necessity is the mother of invention. Okay, so
Yes.
tell us about the benefits of having a ventless electric blaze fireplace versus other ones.
Well, now I actually have an electric fireplace in my house. And I'll tell you, like, I love that fireplace way more than I love my gas one. We hardly ever use the gas fireplace just because whenever we use the gas one, it gets really hot really fast. To compare, like the gas fireplace minimum puts out 20,000 BTUs, which is like electric puts out 5. So for people who are looking to heat the whole house, it might be a good option, but it's not for us. We have a furnace, and fireplace is more of like a beautiful thing to look at, a little bit of warmth that you want from it, but not so much to where you're sitting there and sweating. that was the case with the gas. But with electric, what we love about it is that you can turn the heat off and still have the beautiful flame on display. We run it all day long. It literally, like however many hours we're walking around the house, especially now during pandemic, it's on all the time. And the changes, most electric fireplaces have the option to change the flame color. So you can have it, like my kids have so much fun with it. My daughter loves to pick up the remote and just change it to like pink and green. You can, like, if it's a sunny spring weather, you can change it to a green color. Or when you feel like it's cold or want something more modern, you can change it to blue. Like it's definitely a fun thing to have. Or we had like pink flowers on the table, and my daughter matched the pink to the pink flowers. So that was cute. So that's, some of the benefits. And now that it's actually winter and it's cold, gets kind of chilly in the mornings downstairs, I turn the heater on right away, and it's in the dining room. It heats up that little room right away. So when we have breakfast, it's like nice and cozy. So that's what we love about our electric fireplace. Plus, I don't have to worry about my kids touching the fire, getting their little hands in the fire. My son just started walking, and he's like touching the glass all the time, which is fine, because it doesn't get hot. So that's really cool that we don't have to worry about the safety. And there's no like harmful emissions in the air. So I don't have to worry that, like I can run it 24/7 if I wanted to. And there's no pollution, like my air quality does not suffer at all, just because it's not really like combustion. There is no fire. It's just the imitation of fire.
Yeah, so we actually did a show not too long ago with folks who have talked about how even an indoor gas stove, and I guess it's the same with fireplaces, if they're gas fireplaces, the combustion makes your house, your air quality so bad that if you were outside with that air quality, it would actually be illegal in most parts of the country. That's how bad it can be, the
Wow.
air quality. So yeah, your point is very well taken. Okay, so no combustion, no gas hazard of it blowing up. You can control the temperature, so your little kids you don't have to worry about them burning and getting themselves hurt. And you can control the colors, so you can actually have some fun with it. Very cool.
Yep. And you can use it year round. Like you don't have to worry about, getting too hot. We have a lot of folks in Florida who buy electric fireplaces, and they say, like usually when you buy a house in Florida, there's no fireplace there, but it's a lot of people, it's their retirement house or like where they go to retire or vacation home, and they want something nice there. And electric fireplace is just perfect because they can just turn off the heat completely and enjoy the flame.
So sounds wonderful. Well, how can people get these? I mean, where I guess tell us about your business and what you do with that.
Right. Well, when I was shopping around, like back when we built the house, we went to local stores. That particular store we went to, they had one electric fireplace on display. There was like no selection. And yeah, so take it or leave it. And then the rest would be like in the catalog. Now that we have Modern Blaze, we have thousands of models online. You can shop, compare, look at all the features. We collect videos and photos from customers. And then once you order it from us, you get it delivered to your house. You open it up, see if you like it. If you don't, you have 30 days to return it. That's it.
Very nice. And so, I hear some of the challenges that you've already had. Were there other challenges with this new innovation? And what would you do differently? What are the lessons learned when you went through this?
Lessons learned from our experience of purchasing a fireplace?
Yeah, and then building your business. Like what are the kind of lessons?
Oh, building a business.
Yeah.
There have been a lot of challenges, honestly. I would say one of the biggest ones that comes to mind is the shipping. When I was in the very beginning, still doing everything myself, probably year 1 or 2. Didn't have any experience with like shipping large items, which are electric fireplace. Usually like they can be 150 pounds and they can be like huge. You know, we have those linear models that can be really long. So they ship freight on like a big, LTL like truck. And when the company delivers it to you, they make an appointment and, you have to sign for it to inspect it, make sure it's not damaged, sign for it. That's what our customers, supposed to do, which I didn't know any of that. And everything, So in long story short, it was a $4,000 lesson I learned. And it almost put me out of business at the time because I had hardly any savings. Luckily, I had $4,000 in savings for like emergencies. So that was, we shipped one fireplace to the same person 4 times, and then all 4 times it was damaged. And we had to, even the last time, because I was doing customer service, I wanted to do the best. So, yeah. And I was sympathizing with the customer. And the last time I even shipped the expedited freight, which was $750 just alone. And it was, and it ended up being like a packaging issue with the manufacturer, which is out of our hands and we didn't know about it. But, then the customer signed the delivery receipts that it wasn't no damage, and we couldn't even file a claim with the shipping company. So all the money was lost on the product, replacement and the shipping and everything. So that was really hard lesson. And since then, we improved our procedures, our policies. We make sure we tell our customers very explicitly that you have to inspect and open the package before you sign the delivery receipt. Because after that, legally, you accepted it as is.
Wow. Big lesson. All right.
Big.
So when someone gets one of these, do they have to hire an electrician to install it?
It depends what kind of model you get. We have some that simply can, actually most of them will have a cord and you can just plug them in to a standard outlet, 110, 120. Sometimes if you want them to be recessed into the wall, it is better to have them hardwired. And of course, then you would need to hire an electrician to do the job. Or if you want to move your outlet to where the cord is a little bit out of sight, so like, inside the cavity where you would put the fireplace in, then yes, you would want a licensed electrician to do the job. Normally, any contractor can do that.
Great. Fantastic. Well, we like to ask people if there's one big and unique, we call them supernovas, but one unique tip, tactic, that stuff that you've done that people need to know and probably don't.
I talk to my friends when they ask me like, what do you do? I sell fireplaces. All right. And a lot of times we talk about electrics because people have seen them and they're curious. A lot of people don't know that the heat is optional. Like they don't know that you can actually just, turn it off if you don't want it and then set the temperature. Like that's a unique feature, I think, for electric fireplaces that a lot of people don't know about.
Yeah, I think that's really neat, actually. So, like you said, you can use them all year round. You can use them in the summer and still have that pretty look. And I really like the ability to change the colors too. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that one actually is another cool feature. And yet, if you want it to be just realistic, turn it on orange-yellow combination, and yeah,
Great.
it's there.
So, would you share? Did you have a particular aha moment about this whole thing? And tell us a story.
Yeah, I think I already mentioned it. My biggest aha was when my contractor told me, well, hey, you can have a fireplace in the house without a chimney. I'm like, what? Like mind blown. Seriously? And so that just opened up the whole new world for me that, oh, okay, well, even if I'm in an apartment, I can have a fireplace. And with electric fireplaces, it's possible to have it in an RV, which we now actually just purchased an RV and we have a fireplace in it. I'm like, oh, so happy.
Oh, that's so great. All right, we're going to move into the Pulsar Round. This is where we ask you a series of questions and we look for your short, succinct, amazing, and mind-blowing answers. Are you ready?
Shoot.
All right, here we go. What's the best advice you've ever received?
Not to sell my business. A couple years ago, I had an opportunity to sell and I was really considering it. And then I talked to my mentor and he talked me out of it. It was the best advice ever. Because since then, our team has grown so much, our business has grown so much, all the opportunities with folks with clean energy came around, and it's just been so much more fun than it was before, and I wouldn't be able to even see it. So I'm so glad I didn't, and I will probably never consider it again.
Awesome. Fantastic. All right. Share one of your personal habits that contributes to your success.
If I had to pick one, it would be just do it. Taking action on new ideas, anything we want to implement in the business, you just take an action right away. And then come up with a simplified plan and figure out who does what so that we have it in motion. A lot of people have great ideas, but they never come to life just because they think and they think and they think and do nothing about it. Or forget and jump to the next idea.
Okay.
So yeah, taking action is a big one.
Outstanding. Do you have an internet resource you'd like to share with people?
Yeah. So I recently just did since you guys are about clean energy, right? I just recently did a webinar with a company called Electrify Now. So I would think that your audience would find this resource very, very useful. They're from Oregon. They're a nonprofit, and they educate people about clean energy, electrifying their house, and just all that cool stuff. And another cool one, I thought, I just had a Zoom call with a company called Yellow Tin. So it's yellowtin.com. And they showed me their platform. Basically, they're educating homeowners about clean energy, like alternative energy resources, electrifying their homes. And what they do is like you plug in your numbers, like your location and things that you have in your house. And they show you the savings, like monetary savings, how much money you can save if you switch to electric car, how much money can you save if you put like solar on the roof. They can even help you calculate how many panels you need and all that stuff, and show you how, like in the numbers, like how much you reduce your carbon footprint by doing all of that. And you can set the amount of years. So like, I thought it was really, really cool resource. We are actually going to work with them to add an electric fireplace to their platform so that you can plug the numbers and see, how much money you are actually going to be saving.
Yeah, money and CO2, right? So it's great.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. I have a book that you'd like to recommend?
Completely unrelated, but it's on top of my mind just because I finished it a couple of days ago. That long road trip from Indiana to California, we blazed through that book. It's the book is called Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey, the actor. And the book is amazing. And the audio version is just super, super good. So much wisdom. It's fun, entertaining, and yeah, like I think everybody will love it. It's just really, really good.
Wonderful. All right. If you had a magic wand and you could wave it and change one thing for everybody in the world, what would it be?
This is a tough one, just because, for everybody in the world, so everybody has to have this one thing. So I think I would like to change everybody's mindset and make everybody give everybody ability to understand the other side. There is so much misunderstanding and division going on in the world right now. If we could only see the other side, the other person's perspective, I think the world would be a better place.
Yeah, walk a mile in the other person's shoes, huh? So,
yeah, just
yeah,
that.
Yeah, absolutely. Wonderful. All right. WTF or F? The weathertime fudge and a horrendous weather event that you lived through and tell the tale, or weathertime fun and the most fun you've ever had and the type of weather it was?
I will go with a horrendous weather event we just lived through. I think most of us just lived through a pretty crazy weather event with that Arctic storm. And we picked a very good time to drive from Indiana to California, just when that storm was coming from the West Coast to the East Coast. And we collided with it in Texas. So we got stuck in Amarillo for a couple of days. It was -9 degrees in Amarillo, Texas, which, I mean, they were in shock. They don't even have clothes for this kind of weather. And it was snow on the roads, couldn't drive anywhere. I mean, it was like ice, snow, negative temperatures, crazy stuff. And that followed us all the way to California. Yeah, only when we got to, only after we crossed the border with Arizona, from Arizona to California, we got like, oh, finally, like sunshine, 50, 60 degrees. We're like in t-shirts already. It's so warm.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing with the climate change is that we're going to see more and more frequent and more extreme weather like that. And we have to be prepared for it because it's going to happen. So, well, I'm glad you guys were safe and got through it. And did you have your little electric fireplace with you to keep you warm? Or?
Well, it technically was with us. We were pulling RV behind, but we didn't get to use it just because it was too cold to even stay in an RV. So we stayed in hotels.
Oh, well. All right. So what's the one thing you're most energized about today?
My RV. A little off topic of electric fireplaces, right? We just got that thing, and we're so excited to travel around the country and see more of the United States while the pandemic is kind of holding us back from international travels and just, kind of a lot of other stuff as well.
Yeah, so great. So you're going to travel the States in your little RV, huh?
Yeah, I have 2 kids. I want to show them national parks, and since we can work from anywhere, I think it's a great opportunity to capitalize on.
Yeah, actually, my daughter's going to do the same thing. So next month,
Really?
she's going to start out. Yeah, her and her significant other are going to travel the country in an RV, and at this point, they're not even sure where they're going to stop or when they're going to stop. They're just going to take it and go and have a good time and see where they wind up. So yeah, I think it's a wonderful opportunity.
Same thing.
Yeah, great stuff. All right, so grand finale, a piece of parting advice, and if you want people to contact you, what's the best way?
You can find all the contact information for fireplaces on modernblaze.com. We have another website that is specifically for patio heaters, which are very popular as well. Actually, so popular now that there's hardly anything in stock. But that's patiofever.com. All the phone numbers, contact details can be found there. And for RV stuff, you can follow our journey at RV Cubs. We are on Instagram, on YouTube. So we're just starting out, but it's been exciting.
Great. Anything that we didn't cover that you wanted to mention, Anastasia?
I don't think so. We covered a lot of ground.
Well, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your ideas and your very innovative and wonderful product line. It's really fantastic. And best of luck to you and your family as you travel the country.
Thanks for joining us today, awesome people. please go to our website, awesomeearthkind.com, and fill out a survey to let us know the clean energy issues you're most interested in. You will automatically be entered into a sweepstakes for an LED light fixture, and you'll also find tips and resources on how to reduce your energy costs and have a positive environmental impact. If you like what we're doing, please rate and review us on iTunes, Apple Podcast. Remember, like the air, water, earth, and sun that awes us, you are an awesome force of nature. Together, you and me, all Earthkind, are the fifth element that can make a real difference. Take your next step to create the clean energy future we all want and our children need and deserve. Until next time, take care, be well, and energize.